Well, hello there, Michael. It's Tomas. Uh, Looking forward to seeing you again tomorrow. I'm anxious to hear about what's been going on. How you're doing? Sorry I didn't get to use this video sooner than this. Things are going to get a little bit easier for me now as the season winds down a little bit and things at Dick's calm down a little, and so I'll be able to get these videos out a little bit faster, I think. But it's been a little crazy up till now. But anyway, I hope you've been doing good. And I thought I'd give you a few little things to look at now. Maybe hopefully you'll get to see tonight or first thing tomorrow before you come out, and um, and we can begin from where we left off here at the end of lesson 3. Now this was pre lesson when you were warming up, and I came over and set up the camera. And not unusual at all in this third lesson is that people have a tendency to regress a little bit in the third lesson, and end up starting out not quite the same as they ended up in lesson 2. But I'm not sure why that happens. But it's a confidence thing, or maybe you went out and played a few rounds and got foiled back into some old habits again. But certainly better than when we started, of course, at the beginning. But we had to work back up, and I think that it actually ended up much better off because we tried some new things, which I'll show you. This was a pre-lesson, the swing that you had prior to the lesson. You were trying to drill, actually, the drill, and prior to me starting to film, um, you were having a really hard time with it. And this is the way it looked right before we began the lesson. And I know I can see you're really trying here, but there were some issues. The first of the issues is this bent left arm, which we've which we talked about, and we didn't actually talk about this too much in the first 2 lessons, but then we worked on it real hard from here on out. When I noticed that this was still bent, I remember when we first saw you first time, it was really a problem that you were really bending that. And we'll go back and take a look at that first time when we get done here, and just so I can show you the difference. And then as you come down, of course, the next thing had to do with the impact position here. And the impact position, of course, being where you had this tremendous bend as you came through the ball. So right after impact, you were basically flipping the club, trying to lift the ball up. Same thing you were doing at the in your swing to begin with. One of the big problems with your initial swing, and of course this arm then has a tendency to bend again, trying to trying to get the club back on path and keep it from crashing into the ground. Now, throughout this swing, though, there was you still using the drill had a much better control over where your head was going while you were swinging. As you can see, it does move back a little, but pretty much moves back to there, which is where it should actually start, right about there, and then pretty much stays in the circle until you get past. And we got to work on that's what we're going to work on mostly in lesson 4, is this through swing position, and letting it go up over your shoulder. Now we've learned enough, as you can see, that you'll see that we can move forward and let it go back up over your shoulder. But this is all good. Your weight is way over on your left side there as you swing. That's good. Your body could be a little bit more tilted here, but and you're coming up on your right toe. Okay, so all that being said, then we brought out the big guns here, the impact bag, and I think this was really helpful. Oops, really helpful for you. The impact bag. Let's get this. So what the impact bag did was that it allowed you to swing Let's go back. I'll do the swing here, and then not worry about the ball. And you can see that at this position versus this position, there's a tremendous difference. This is strength here. This is flipping. We flipped it. Look at this. Your right foot stays on the ground. All your weight's over on the left side. This is fabulous right there. Okay. So with the impact bag, that's a really good way to do it. And let's play this through a couple times here. And it's not very difficult to see the tremendous difference that this makes. And a lot of most of the pros they focus on this position out here, not on the ball. They focus on where their hands are after impact and keeping those hands in front of the ball. You can see right there. See, so you're looking down, you're looking through your hands, and the club is actually still in back of your hands. Your hands would be focused on a spot out here from your eyes. See that? I'll draw that line. This is a very important thing these days in golf, is that focus line down through your hand with the club head still behind it. And you see that at impact there, the hands are still in front of the ball. That's versus this over here. So this is great right there. This is great. So there's a second one. Now what we did was we went and got a ball and put it in there just so you could try and focus more on the bag itself and not even worry about hitting the ball. And as a result, boom, look at that. Look at that clean hit. Now every time a ball gets in there, of course, everybody changes a little bit, and so your hands did flip over a little bit there, but still, compared to this is better. But you see, you're not the same as they were the last time. The club is now caught up with your hands, all because of that little ball getting in the way. The ball is the culprit. So we'll work some more on that, but I'll show you the full swing here with the ball in the way. So concentrating on this position out here as opposed to on hitting the ball made a big difference in your swing. You can see how your hands just dragged a little bit there right at the point of impact. But if we could get those hands moving through, forgetting about the ball being there, that's going to be a tremendous difference. Okay, so so we did actually show you afterwards. We got let's see here. This was the swing. This was the swing that you made afterwards. After we remove the impact, look at this left arm here. See, that's the other thing. Oh, I forgot to mention. That's the other thing we worked on, was making this left arm really, really rigid at the point where you line up to the ball, so that basically you have a line that goes straight down from your shoulder right through the ball, right like that. When you start out, which is perfect, beautiful, and then we try and get back to there. Now your head did sway a little bit there, but if you come down, this is after. Now this is, look at this. Look at this. This is after we got that impact bag and you worked on it for a while. Look at that. That is fabulous, Mike. That's great. That's just great. So we finally got you back to the drill. The way the drill was supposed to be done. This was way better than you ended up the previous lesson 2 at. So in lesson 3, doing the drill, look at that. Really pretty. You do have a tendency to move to the right there at the end, but we're going to work on that this time. A tremendous difference between this and where you started. Now then, we moved into the full swing. Here's what your final position, or your final swing looked like when we said, well, let's just let it rip here. Oops. Let's just let it rip and see what we can do with the full swing. So this is what this looked like. Get it up to here. Now here's what the technique that we used. We pretended like we were going to do the drill, That's the starting drill position, although I made you straighten your arm in just a minute here. And then you went to that position out there just to get the feel for where you were going to go, out in there. And then probably remember this a little bit further and a little bit more tilt. There you go. Go back out. There you go. See, that's more tilt on the body here. More tilt this way, like that. Arms straight out here. No cupping of the hands, no flipping of the club. Alright, so that's practicing getting into that position past the ball and visualizing that. Here's your eyes looking straight down over here. Okay, so after you get that, then what the idea was to back off from the drill position back into a normal 50-50 type of weight position, not so much on the left side, and then take a full swing. And I reminded you just just then to straighten those arms. Always got to remember to straighten those arms, especially the left one. And then you went ahead and swung. Did a swing. Look at this now. Boom. See, now that moving forward at the end, we're going to work on from there, keeping going all the way around without leaning way forward like that. But up until here, this is great. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. There's a golfer. Let me just show you what you used to look like. This is the original Mike. The original Mike here. Wait, where are you? Original caddy. Here we go. Watch this. Watch this. This is the original guy. Huh? I'm going to go back here. Huh? Which one looks better? Okay. Of course, we're not taking the full backswing yet, but this guy, look at this guy. Look at that. How bent your arm is, how much you stand up. Here, look at how much more athletic you look there. So here you're coming back down here, and then you're going to flip this baby right over. Ooh, look at that. Versus this. Well, there's an improvement. Look at that. Which golfer do you want to be? Look at your weight's way over on your right here. Here it's all the way over on your left. Your hands the club's a bit open, but the hands are still even with or slightly in front of the club head. Look at the club head's way in front of your hands. Your left arm is bent like this one, and then like that. Here we got, look at this. That's power. That's where the power comes from. Okay? And then there's that versus that. Look at this. Look at this left arm. That's the old you. We said goodbye to him, okay? Look at this. Good deal, good deal, good deal. Now, let me go back to lesson 3 and bring in the final down the line view. This is a nice one. This was your best hit of the day. And afterwards, oops, come on. Oops. This one right here. After this one, we said, I think we ought to quit on that one. Watch this. Look at that. And you still have this little move in here where you're not coming straight back down, but it's way less than what it was. Look at this straight left arm. Beautiful. Beautiful. Straight left rear leg, right leg, bent forward leg, coming right back down. Club parallel to the arm, perfect, coming from the inside. Ooh, look at that shaft bend there. Nice power. That's power, and then boom. Boom, 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 boom. Look at that. Huh? Oh, yeah. that the original? That's beautiful. That's beautiful, Mike. Look at here's what you did at the end of. I love this at the end of this one. I love this gesture here. Watch this. We go. Oop, oop, oop. Sorry. At the end of this gesture, you go. Yeah, baby. Yeah, that's the one. And it was too. That was great. So now going back to over to here and to our original down the line view. Oops. Not what I meant to do. Just a second. Close. And there. And then here. So this was the original view from down the line. That's at the top versus that. You know how much straighter that arm is. Of course, like I say, you're not going back quite as far, but look at the difference here in power. Then, of course, all this was just wasted movement in the original swing, but especially with that arm bending. But then, see how far you're coming from the outside there? See how you're coming back down? Look at where the club is now compared to coming from the inside. There. Like that. Look at that. So remember how we said the distance between the club and the ball here versus the club and the ball here? Tremendous increase in power. And of course this one, we originally cut across, came from the outside. See it coming from the outside. Hit behind the ball and then pretty much pulled it to the left. Whereas this one came from the inside, see? Hit the ball first, then the ground. And boom, hit it right at the flag. There's the flag. Nice. Anyway, so that was a great lesson, and I look forward to moving a little bit further when we get together tomorrow, and I'll see you then, and then we'll figure out where to go from there. All right. Thanks, Mike. Take care. Bye.